Welcome back to Windy City Live, everybody. He plays the charming yet ruthless Douda on Showtime's hit series, The Chi. And he'll also get to show off his acting skills later this year in Steven Spielberg's adaptation of the classic film West Side Story. Welcome back to the show, Curtis Cook. Hey, Curtis.
Yo, what's going on, Miss Val?
It is so good to see you.
Oh, it's amazing to see you as well. Like when y'all told me the last time, you know what, come back anytime. I was like, yeah, right. Y'all be lying. But look, my black behind sitting right here on the back porch looking dead at you.
Now, listen, you know, we are people of our word, number one. Number two, sitting out there with your black behind on that porch, I thought that was a fake background. Is that real? This
is real. This is all mine. All the black man didn't get no 30 acres, but I got a little close, but it ain't 30 acres, but it's good.
It is good. It's beautiful wherever you are. We don't have to reveal that, but it's fabulous.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we love
How
that.
you been holding up in the quarantine?
I'm doing better than I was at the beginning.
Okay.
You know, of course, it happened really quickly. Around March 13th, my wife's on Broadway. She's a Broadway actress, and they shut down Broadway on March 13th, and so she was home, and then the children, I think, a week after that, were out of school. My last two children are twins, and so normally I'm at home by myself, and I get time to breathe, but everybody was home with me, and they ain't left yet, Val. None of them have left. They're all still here, but we all right. We okay. We all right.
Let me go get you a tissue, brother, because I know exactly what you mean. As parents, we love our kids. However, we need a break from them. We need space. We need them to go to school. We need to go to work, and then we can come back for dinner and evening time and weekends. But 24/7 is a lot.
It's a lot. I say this all the time. Like we at the first part, we fell back in love. We was like, oh, this is beautiful. Then a couple weeks later, we fell out of love. We was like, okay, if I see your face again. But then we're falling back in love again. So it's been this whole, I'm talking about all of them, my children, my wife, and all of it. So it's been this beautiful roller coaster of reconnecting and getting to learn each other again. And so it's been good. It's been good.
And now I get the chance to reconnect with you because last time I saw you in studio last April, you were there to talk about your character, Douda, on The Chi, and you said Douda was the HNIC. Is that still true?
Come on. Douda will always be the HNIC. Can't nobody take that from him. Nobody can take it from him. And we got some people coming in this season who's trying to take it from him. You know, you got Lena, who's joining us this season, who's running against Douda for mayor. And then you got Luke James behind, coming in here with his pretty singing butt, going to come in here and try to, woo everybody away, and then going to try to be hard and take away from Douda, and take Jake away from Douda. And then on top of that, we got Kandi Burress from the Housewives of Atlanta going to come in here and try to, but can't nobody take it from Douda. He's always going to be the HNIC. He's always in charge, and he always has a plan. He always has a plan, that dude.
Right. That's why he's the HNIC. So Kandi comes in as your estranged wife, right? Rosalind this season. So how is that relationship on and off camera?
It's good. It's really good. So I'm not really a big Housewives fan. I don't really watch the shows that much. Okay, at all. But it's all good. But of course I know Escape. You know what I mean? So I know all of their songs. I knew all of that. So I was like, oh shoot, Kandi coming in here. And when I was when I was, in my, earlier years, there was two groups that was hot for it. It was Escape,
right,
and Invoke.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say SWV.
Well, I love SWV singing, and I love, those songs and how Coco and they laid it down. But the ones I would look at and kind of have that eye like, whoa, when they came out on stage, it was either In Vogue, when they came out with those dresses and all of that, and then Escape. So the fact that they were saying Kandi is now going to play your wife, I was like, y'all got to be kidding me, right? Wow. So Kandi walks in, and I'm thinking she's going to be all diva, whatever else. She was like, hey, I'm Kandi, what's good? Whatever we need to work on, however we need to do this, just let me know. I'm available. And I was like, oh, okay, sis, we're ready to work then. Let's do this. And she put in that work, Val. She really did put in that work. So she's cool people.
Well, I'm excited about this season. I just started catching up on it. So I did see Douda in action already. I know he's not going anywhere, but you are going to be busy later this year because you're going to be in Steven Spielberg's update of the West Side Story. Tell me about your character, Abe.
Wow, can you believe that? A little black boy came from Dayton, Ohio, moved into New York City after college thinking that's all I would ever do was musical theaters. I love musical theater. So when I got here, I thought I was one of those snubby nose actors. You know what? Television film is not for me. And to have this thing come around full circle, that now I'm doing Steven Spielberg's West Side Story, the remake of this classic. And it's brilliant the way that they put it together, because if you remember back in like 1957, there were a lot of Black people walking around in New York City, right? But in that original version of West Side Story, unfortunately, they didn't have us. But in this incarnation, Steven Spielberg and Tony Kushner had the wherewithal to include us. So, I can't really say too much about what my character is doing, because I'm gonna get a call and they'd be like, Curtis, okay, no more interviews for you. Shut up. Just shut it up. I'll be like, okay. But I will say this, that when you see what this guy does and what he does, how it turns the events of everything that's going on, you're gonna be like, yeah.
With everything that's going on currently?
Well, it's still set in the same time period. So it's still back in the 50s, and it's still with the Jets and the Sharks and all of that. But how he initiates the action, how he initiates what has always been there. See, now I'm getting too close to it. But it's gonna rock some people's world. It's gonna rock some people's world, most definitely.
Well, we are rooting for you. We're excited for everything you have going on. Maybe when December comes around, we can come back and talk about it. And then you can really talk a little bit more about West Side Story. But of course, we will keep up with you right now, and you can at home to catch Curtis on Showtime's The Chi. It's airing on Sundays at 8 p.m. And of course, be sure to catch him in Steven Spielberg's remake of the West Side Story. The opening date for this film is later this year. Curtis, so good to see you.
Oh my God, Val, thank you so much, sis. It's great to see you as well.
All right, we'll be right back with more Windy City Live. Welcome back to Windy City Live. Well, our next guest is an incredibly talented actress, writer, director, producer. You know her as Jada from The Chi on Showtime.
First thing y'all go on a wedding together, the next thing y'all know, y'all butt naked on the waterbed.
Please. Last time I was on that damn waterbed, I got pregnant with you.
Then stay away from it then.
Who you think you're talking to?
All I'm saying is just call me when you need a ride, and I can go borrow Tiff's car and come scoop you.
Okay.
Say hi to Yolonda Ross. Hey, Yolanda.
Hey.
So good to meet you. Look, I feel like I already know you.
Same here.
Same here. We already know each other, and we don't know. This is our first time meeting on Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have to talk about season 3 of The Chi coming back on Showtime on June 21st. And you play Jada, of course, Emmett's mom. Tell us what we can expect for season 3. And I know every time I ask actors, I think, well, Val, we can't tell you. We want to know what's going on in season 3.
I would just say change. I feel like people are growing. Characters are growing. Just change for everybody. And there's just a new energy, I feel, in the whole show. So I'm excited. I'm excited about it. Y'all need to be excited too, because it's good.
Okay, good. I can't wait. How has your character evolved over the 3 seasons?
I think Jada has, especially in this last season, she's come to a point where she realizes her child he's out of the nest. He's going to be okay. And I feel at this point now she's got to learn or relearn Jada, as a woman, and find who she is again, not being mother. So that's where she is.
How is that for you? Because I'm sitting here talking with you. I'm looking at you. I'm like, there's no way you are playing somebody's mama on TV. You are just a baby yourself.
Yeah, well, I don't crack, so I'm happy about that. I don't know. I look at my parents. I look at the women around me, because I do have friends with kids, and I feel just being an adult, you have how, I don't have children, but you have how you would take care of your child. And that's how how I look at Jada, not Jada, but I was going to say Jacob. Wait, Emmett. How would I take care of him if I was his mother? I feel like Jada, she might be a little harder because I can be a little softer than that. But that kind of tough love is what kids need sometimes, I feel.
Yeah. And I think we're seeing that. We're seeing that just in our society and in these times, because when we were growing up, it was a lot tougher than how some people parent in this current day and age.
It was, I mean, but it didn't seem like tough though. It just sort of seemed like you just dealt with things. You figured stuff out, you did things, you know. But now I do feel like there's a lot of babying,
Mm,
you know, for lack of a better word. You know,
right.
I feel like kids, the world is not an easy place to be in. So I feel like kids do need to learn how to function in it, because they're going to have to go out there alone at some point. You know, just don't cater to everything they need and want, because I think that it can, you know, be a detriment to
I
them.
think you're right. And as a mother of two, I know you're right. Because I've been on both ends of that. I've done the babying, then I've done the tough love. And I know in the end, they'll be better off if I do more tough love than the baby. I want to talk too about this show this season. We're going to see some new characters. How was that to have the energy from Kandi Burruss, Lala Anthony, Luke James as being a part of this season that we're going to watch coming up?
Oh, well, you know, Luke James is easy on the eyes. I'll say that.
Not hard to go to work.
Okay. No, they were all lovely. I had scenes with Lala, but they were all, you know, around, because it's a large group of people as far as cast, and they were all great, you know, to be around. They came to work, you know, they came to work. There was no entourages, none of the, you know, stuff you hear about with people. They just came to work and did their thing. So they were lovely people, I thought.
Well, obviously the show is called The Chi, shot here in Chicago, created by Lena Waithe Common. How was your time adjusting to Chicago and how Chicagoans talk, act, walk, or swag?
It was fun, you know, because I live in New York, so staying in the downtown area, it made me feel more like home, like New York.
Okay.
But
a cleaner version, right?
Dude, like night and day. Yeah,
You have a
way cleaner. Man, in that water, I had never been to Chicago before the show, so except for the airport.
Yeah.
When we were on Lakeshore Drive, I was like, what is that? What is that mass of water? And there's a beach. I'm like, what beach is like, what is this? It was so beautiful. I was like, I'm just floored with it, It's just gorgeous. It's a gorgeous city. The architecture, everything. I love it.
Yes, it is. All right. Well, we have been blessed to have you hang out with us on Windy City Live. I know it's virtual, and I know we want to see each other and connect in real life. Hopefully that will happen. Maybe when you guys come back and you're shooting,
yes,
we're back in the studio. Yolanda, thank you so much for talking.
Thanks, Val.
Of course. And don't forget to catch season 3 of The Chi on Showtime, coming back on June 21st. More Windy City Live coming up right after this.